Okay, thank you.
We had referenced them in the discussion about the math
Yeah.
program. And we had left it
pilot
open that
program.
we were gonna look at the policies, and we never circled back to close that loop.
Okay. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
You just have the new intent to hire, add that onto the agenda.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. So with that, we need to go into a non-public. Could I get a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to enter non-public under RSA 91A 3 2C and K.
we have, presentations of public hearings. We have a public hearing about the maintenance building replacement.
Yes, so, Brad had
Yes, got it.
Brad had another, meeting tonight, so he could not attend, but he gave me all the notes. So you have in front of you Superior Fire Protection, and it's a quote. So this runs our fire suppression, and we have it done every single year. It's a dry system, so what that means, that we have dry pressure that goes through it, and it goes through a pipe that is for our sprinkler system. So there are tons of leaks in it, and over the years, we have patched those leaks. They came up and they did an inspection, and they said there is way too many leaks, and it needs to be replaced. It's not passing.
Okay.
So because of that, we had sent out for a quote for this fire protection, and we did it through them as a one sole source, because this is the company that we use.
Yep.
And so we have to do 180 feet of pipe that needs to be replaced, and there's some valves. Again, there's way too many patches to have to put more patches on the system.
Right.
It's normal for this piping to leak. It's been 20 years, about 20 years. And he said that what it is this condensation that's in it, and it's from the hot and cool air coming together, and it's causing it to leak. If we don't replace it, what could end up happening is, so how he described to me is that if there is a fire in one room,
Mm-hmm.
the sensors go off, and the air kind of pushes a knob off, and the water will come out through that.
Yep.
So then you're just, one area will get the water. But where there's leaks throughout the whole thing, all those areas will now get wet once the water starts to drain through.
Okay.
And then what ends up happening is, as you know, if you have a pipe, the pressure is going to be different if you have a direct source versus holes everywhere.
Right.
So it's, so the protection, it is in the area above the gym. And so what he said is that 180 feet is just for that area. It's not to say that that we may come back in a few months or next year and say, now we have another area of piping that needs to get changed.
Yeah.
And so the work is only guaranteed for a year.
It's only guaranteed for a year.
Yes.
Sandra?
I was just wondering, because eventually we were looking at maybe moving the boiler room where it's located, so would he now want to, if you gotta replace all that anyways, would he want to put it in a better location for where he might want the system later, or is that just not
No,
a
he didn't say
no?
anything about that. He's
Okay.
just saying that we need to replace those pipes because we need to pass the inspection.
Absolutely.
And so we have the money in the, what fund do we? Maintenance. Yeah, okay, it's the maintenance fund to use. And so he'd like to have approval, so that way we can move forward with this company and get this done, because obviously we want to get it done before school.
Yep.
Right.
Well,
So, you're saying it's just in the gym right now,
That's the only place that did not pass inspection.
but the rest passed this
Yes.
particular time? So, how much money do we have in that line?
As of June 30th, we had $50,029.31
Okay.
on the maintenance building replacement trust fund.
Okay.
All right, answered my question.
I make a
Sandra?
motion.
Well, we're gonna.
Sorry, one more,
We're
sorry.
gonna-
open the public
Did
hearing.
he have
Oh,
anything else that he
okay.
needed
Oh,
that
sorry,
for, or is
sorry.
that just for like this emergency funds? That's, was that earmarked for anything essentially?
We don't know yet.
Okay,
Okay.
that was all.
Open a public hearing, to get approval to, get this paid for. We've already kind of explained what's going on. Basically, we need to go ahead and get, piping replaced, in order for our fire protection system to pass inspection. Looking at a total of $17,881.95 through Superior Fire Protection as a sole source, because they are our provider for fire protection services. So, I don't know if we have anybody here that wants to say anything. No? Okay. All right.
Okay.
So with that, we can close the public hearing.
Ready?
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the $17,881.95 for the piping in the gymnasium area for to superior fire protection. It's mandatory that we get it done anyway, so.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All set. Thank you, Donna. All right, so next we have public comment.
Max isn't here.
Right.
Mark's up there.
So we open at 7 p.m. So that is like 15 minutes. Next we have consent agenda. Could I get
I make a motion, yep, I'm sorry. I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Meeting minutes. Could I get a motion for the non-public minutes of 7:15:25?
I make a motion to approve the Wakefield School Board non-public minutes of 7:15:25 with any amendments.
I second.
I didn't have
All in
any.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll abstain.
I make a motion to approve the Wakefield School Board public minutes of 7:15:25 with any amendments.
You mean the non-public?
I mean, non-public, what did I do?
I think you said public the first time. I'm not positive. Doesn't matter as long as you.
Okay. Yeah, all
I'll
the
second
same
the
day.
non-public. I mean, the public.
The public, yeah.
Okay, see, now we really.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain from that one as well.
Yeah, because I didn't have any.
Okay. Next, we have old business, curriculum policies, IGA and IGD.
So I can't remember which minutes these were now. Was this 2 meetings
Sorry,
ago where
what?
we talked about
Yeah.
the math program and we
Was
had
2.
left an open, we were discussing whether the board needed to approve the pilot program and we had left it open that we were going to check IGA and IGD about whether the board needed to approve it. Now, my reading says, no, we don't have to approve a program like that. There's a little discrepancy between wording, but it's in Donna's purview by 30202 and C, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, there's other policies too, that policy IJ is instructional material, so, I mean, no, it's not a program, but program instructional material. One thing that we have not done is work on the curriculum adoption policies. We had started, Sandra and I had started, we shared information and working with the curriculum committee. I still have that paperwork. My thoughts are, for the pilot program, is for parents to know. So if they don't want their child in that classroom that's doing the pilot program. A few years ago,
I just wanna let you know.
it was a,
Everybody's doing it. We have 2 teachers that didn't want to do it.
okay, so, but the
And that
whole
was their
school's
choice.
doing it?
Their choice.
So something that the whole school is gonna partake in, it's so important that the parents know that this is what is going to happen this year in school. Having a public forum, talk for an hour, just so they know. Parents can't come back and say, well, I didn't know. It's, we're making sure we're communicating with the parents and the community that this is happening, this is what the money was spent on, this is going to be, if it works out, this will be part of our curriculum in the future. I just think it's so important that everyone knows.
So this is a pilot program, so you'll spend the money to get the program, for the pilot program, then you have a presentation on it.
At the end, what they'll do is the teachers will talk about it and see what their thoughts are on it, and we have the kids' input and stuff
Typical,
like that.
very typical, yep.
So we will be having those conversations. We'll have those conversations throughout the entire year about.
And just because you were talking about redoing the curriculum adoption policy, right now we have the New Hampshire School Board Association policy. That is how ours reads.
Yeah, but there are other, I don't wanna take up time.
Yeah. Well,
Later, yeah, we'll discuss it at the policy meeting, there's more policies involved, so, it's okay, we'll get it.
I think it's important that the people that are in the building every day have the highest level of weight on the decision whether a program is implemented. My struggle is that as school board members, we're not in education. And we really need to allow for our administrators that we're paying salaries to, that have gone to school for years, that understand education, that are gonna really build on the culture in the building with the appropriate programs. And I don't think it's appropriate for the board to get in the way.
I agree.
I would rather those decisions be made at the administration level and the school level, and as long as the board is presented with the programs that we understand what's going on, I think is more important in our role than saying, no, we shouldn't do this, yes, we should do that. We don't know. No, there's not one board member here that can say they know what's going on in the building. No, I don't think so.
Well,
So,
So I just want to say that, obviously, any policy can be written, right?
Right.
But a policy can't supersede the law, right? And the RSAs and the EDUs specifically say it's the superintendent's responsibility, right? So even if you put something in a policy that says that it's the school board's responsibility, you can't, because the law says it's the superintendent's responsibility. So I think we just need to be aware of that when we're looking at changing policy, that a policy can't supersede a law, right? And if a law is stating that this is it is, and I think people get confused, right? So what it is, and I think that one of the ways that we can put it is that when I come to the board and I say, I'd like to add a language class, right? That's the board's decision. That is a board decision. Yes, because I'd have to hire a teacher, right? Yes, you can have a language class. That's where you get the consent from the board. What is used to teach that language class is me, right? And so I think that that's where the confusion lays with some of these policies, is the words, right? The wording in it. So it's when you're putting in a new program, and what would be considered a program of studies, the program of studies would be approved by the board. The program that is used to teach those items is the superintendent. So I don't know if that helps
Yeah,
it's
make that.
unfortunate, that's what I meant, was
Yeah.
the term program is used
Right.
twice when we're talking about
Yes.
this
Yes.
in the 302 and 3 whatever, and it's like program of study versus the way you teach.
Yes.
which is the
there's,
program.
but, I understand the law. My biggest thing is to inform the public, because we have to prove the purchases of any new materials. A lot of parents will go online and look up the programs that we may be bringing into the school, and, they may have questions.
I think that's it. I think that's the intent, eventually.
I know, but I do not want it to move forward. And what happened last time, we had parents come to us saying, what is this? My child's failing on the last pilot program.
well, a
So
lot of it has to
that's-
do, and not necessarily the program itself, but buy-in and implementation of the program, which again is Donna's responsibility, and why we hired her is to oversee the implementation of the program so that the teachers are on board. They've got all the materials they need to make it successful. And I think we can all agree that we struggled with that at the top level. And, you know, with different leadership comes a different result. And we are at a time where we're really making a shift, and I don't want to look and say, well, this is what happened years ago,
Right.
and this is what we used to do. You know, we have teachers that are begging for curriculum in this building. We all can agree that we've had that feedback. And now's the time to implement things, and we got to let the people that we hired implement them. And I agree, there needs to be transparency. All those pieces need to be in place, without a doubt. But we have to empower the administration to do their job. Andrea?
Did you?
No, go ahead and then
Okay.
I'll.
Yeah, no, I get the, I agree with Mary's points though, just because when they all come out and then they're irate, it's just, I mean, do you know when you might want to do a forum? If it's in the beginning of the year or?
No, I want the teachers to get vested. I want the teachers to start working it, because you can't speak on something that you've really never done. So I want them to start working on it. And so we have a curriculum night, that may be a perfect time for something like that to take place, for people to talk about that.
We've had some issues too, but when you do that, can you bring some examples of the different work throughout the grades? Sometimes there's terminology that triggers people, or assignments in general, and we had a few that were brought up that we weren't aware of, and then some assignments were shown to us that were not, I think, proper or appropriate for the Paul School, and a lot of people had concerns. But I think that's more of where the concern is just making sure that all the material inside the entire information is all appropriate and good for the Paul School. I think that is what it is.
And just to follow both on Mary and Sandrea, I think there is that important piece for parents, because when there is a new curriculum, sometimes there are the new words or the new way of doing problems. So when your child comes to you,
Yeah.
that was 5th grade for me,
Yeah.
and comes to you with the new math they're teaching this year, and he's like, so how do I do this? And I'm looking at it going, I have no idea. And so
We had
we
many
have to,
parent
we
nights
have,
here for
so like building on both of you, making sure parents are aware of any new terminology or ways of
And that they can
doing
do it.
things, and that they can help their children.
At home, absolutely. We've gone to many classes at night at the Paul School that they've put on to teach the parents how to do the math that the kids
Yes.
are doing.
Yes.
And you think you got it when you're in there, and then you go home and you're like, I've got nothing.
I got nothing.
I've got nothing.
All right, so let's move on to new business. Number 1, we have the technology equipment quotes.
Yes, but I'm gonna speak on
Sure.
behalf of Jeff
Yeah.
tonight. He would like to, let me get the line right here. Withdraw, we'll actually have a public hearing, so this is an FYI to get to a public hearing. He has the 3 quotes, and he is recommending the Amazon quotes for all 3. The monitors, docking stations, and the iPads, tablets. And the reason why he would like to get the tablets is so that the principal and assistant principal can be mobile with them.
Yep.
So that if they need to go to the middle school and make sure it's all calm over there, they can have this little desk thing that they can wheel around, and they can have what they need to watch children and see what's going on. And it's less apt to break than carrying around a laptop with a bulky screen and stuff. So that's what the plan is for that, for them to use. And they do need new monitors and docking stations in the office. So the total for the Amazon order is $2,898.86. And that's for the monitors, docking stations, and the 2
Okay, and you did
tablets.
say, I'm sorry, and you did say that Jeff would like to go with the Amazon?
Yes.
And that's what,
He's
the
already
quote that
ordered.
he's looking, okay,
That-
thank you. I just
That
want to
is the
double check.
cheapest one, and I said, are you sure you want to go with that? But he's already ordered some from a grant, and the product came in, and he's definitely would like to go with the Amazon.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
the Technology Trust Fund has $73,788.91.
Okay.
So it will get, Asia will post the public hearing for the next meeting if you approve the quote.
That's great.
Okay, Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Jeff.
Exactly.
All right, that's perfect. Next, we get into the staff handbook for 2025-2026. Yes, Donna.
So you see that it's a pretty lengthy staff handbook. We made a lot of adjustments and changes in there to go along with a lot of our new policies. So we took out things such as using phones in the classrooms and the buildings, stuff like that. So there was a piece in there regarding dress code. We made it mirror what was in the CBA, but we made it for all staff because we didn't want it to be that only teachers could do this and not the other staff, so we kind of made it for all staff. So we did make quite a few changes in the handbook to meet some of our policies and some of our regulations and some of our changes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
That's great, thank you.
Do you need a motion to approve?
I would, yes.
Okay.
I've got a few
I
things.
Sandra, go ahead.
Okay. One, I noticed like on the kids one, I think this one's the employee one, correct? The first-
Yeah, you only have
Staff.
the staff. You have the
Okay.
staff.
All
What
right.
page?
First, 54,
54, that is
the
written at the bottom?
numbered, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at the written
Thank you.
numbers by
Okay.
handheld. On number 1 at the bottom of the page, just do not assume your field trip is approved until you receive permission from both the principal,
And
and then it ends.
You said number 1?
Yes, at the
Yeah,
bottom of
at
your
the bot-
page on 54, number 1.
Yep.
Oh, 54,
I
I
missed
was
that.
on,
Yes.
yep.
okay.
Good catch.
Oh, yeah, okay,
So remove both.
yeah.
I had on 59.
59.
Yes, please. On the top, and
Yep.
the indoor protocol. Number 2 and 3 are the same on the bullets.
Page 59.
Yes. And indoor protocol, top left. Bullets 2 and 3 are the same.
They both say whatever it said.
Yeah, closed shades and curtains on
Yes.
hallway doors.
Oh, I see it, yeah, on the
Yep.
very first box.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see. 63, middle of the page, under professional development. The second sentence, PD form should be completed with a registration form and a copy of the workshop information at least 3 weeks to Penny Hunkins. At least 3 weeks ahead of time, maybe?
3 weeks. Okay. Okay.
Page 66. Act responsibly at the top and the black and white bars. I will be where I am supposed to be at the just right time. That just sounded funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm writing the pages down for you.
Oh, you are, so I'm trying to throw them over here too, so I can.
And that one.
Yeah, 74. The only person that's still in our building is Carol, under the emergency contacts.
Oh, that's right.
So I want to thank you because we each proofread this at least 15 times.
Absolutely.
So,
But when you,
I'm annoyed that neither one of us caught it, but you know what it's like when you proof the same document,
Yeah.
so
Yes,
thank
I'm
you.
like, wow, I'm
Thank
like, do you know how many
you.
people
Yeah,
proofread this
exactly,
over and
right.
over and over again?
75, page 75. I just wasn't sure with the chain of support for transportation, it just starts automatically with our school. And we have contracted transportation, so wouldn't the first contact be with the transportation people?
No, because,
Okay.
because what we do is we have them, it depends upon what it is, right?
Okay, well that makes
And
sense.
so they call the school, because if it's a kid or something like that, then we deal with it. But we
Okay.
could, at that point, we could advise, okay, you need to call.
Okay, all right, I just clarify on that one, if you got any more for that book.
Situational.
If not, I've got others for the other book.
okay, I got a couple for this one, but you got most of them.
All right.
On page 55, and we're talking about field trips and what has to happen before a student goes on a field trip. I was wondering if we wanted to make that consistent with our student handbook that provides for if a child has not behaved appropriately, they can be disinvited from the field trip. And in our
Okay.
student one, it says, it's up to the teacher. It's the teacher's responsibility to bring the concern to the principal for review. The goal is to maintain the focus and purpose of the field trip. So since it's on the teacher's responsibility to do that, it seems like that should be put in the staff handbook. That
Okay.
if they have a concern about a student, they should.
And that was on page 55?
That was
you said?
on page 55, and the
Under which?
I guess we would put it under, I don't know if we'd make a 5 or just put it at the end of
Oh, okay.
number 4 when we're talking about permission slips.
I would add number 5.
Number 5, I
Yeah.
think number
Five would
5.
be a good
That
idea.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was a good catch.
And then I had one teeny tiny stylistic thing on page 64 under instruction at the bottom. In the first sentence, our mission is to meet our students' needs by meeting them where they are at. I think just leave it at are. I don't.
On 60,
On 64, first sentence under instruction. Just strike the at.
Perfect.
a lot of reading, huh?
Yes. Yeah, boy.
Next year will be easier.
Carol, I saw your hand up. Did you have something?
I just wanted to thank Sandrea because we did proof it
Oh,
multiple
okay.
times. So I said what I wanted to say, but thank you.
Yep.
Sometimes that fresh set of eyes.
I appreciate, yeah, much appreciated.
And Heather.
Before it goes out, too.
Could I get a motion to approve the handbook with revisions? Or?
I make a motion to approve the staff handbook 2025-2026 years with the noted changes.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
And after reading all that, was there anything in there about like their steps for, now that I've read all that, for like if they had an issue or, what the kids says, unless it keeps happening, if there was a problem that was persistent, is there something in here that would let the new staff know what they should do if they have an issue with one of the rules or anything
I
like
believe
that?
so.
Or
Yeah, there's
something,
the one that says where to go for certain things.
okay. I noticed in the kids, it was like you will follow or else this will happen, and I just didn't know for teachers if they had somewhere to go.
Well, one of the things that we're gonna put in place too is that, we have mandatory stuff that the staff need to do. This is going to be included in that, in the
Okay.
mandatory stuff, and they'll sign off saying that they've read it and they understand it and they're going to follow it, so.
Perfect.
So we'll have that in there as well,
Thank
as
you.
part of it.
Okay. So next we have the mentoring program handbook. Yep, Donna?
So I don't know if you guys have ever seen a mentoring program handbook before.
No, it was nice.
So this was one that was written for our new incoming staff. We have, we've met and we're really putting together a strong mentoring program. And it's actually occurring the 21st and the 22nd of this month. And we have our new staff coming in. And we have a full day, 2 days of things for them to do. And one of the things that they will be doing is they'll be taking a bus tour around Wakefield as well to see all the sites and all the places where they could go. And then there is a day where the mentors are coming in, and when the transportation part is going on for the mentees, the mentors for that half a day will have a training on what does it mean to be a mentor. And they're gonna have requirements that they're going to have to meet with their mentee, and certain things they're gonna have to discuss. And so we're really looking at having a strong mentoring program here in our district, and so this is one part of it.
That's
Very
fantastic.
good.
Yeah,
Cinderella?
thank you. And I loved how it was all laid out. There was a lot of information. It was great. I just saw a few things on written page number 84.
Hey, at least I get to skip a few pages.
Yes.
Okay.
Level IVA, the second box in the bottom. I think it should be required.
Oh, yeah.
85, page 85, under responsibilities for the mentee protege.
Yep.
I just think the second bullet needs to go away. It's all one paragraph.
The one that says professional learning activities?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Might be it.
You know, I think that bullet is not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's participate in a variety of professional learning activities through the
Yes.
program, so.
Okay.
Yep, I see that.
And I was just wondering when you get 97 and 98, some of them talk about the progress reports and the report cards, but in the off months, would there still be touching in and meeting with the new teachers to make sure they are putting their grades in weekly?
Oh, yeah.
Because that has been a really big thing
Oh, yes, they
in
will
the
be.
school. Okay.
Wow,
That's pretty awesome.
fantastic. Well, we've never seen one.
I know, it was nice.
I've seen
Do we need to approve that?
You can if you want.
Yeah.
It's just one I wanted to kind of bring to your attentions. I mean, it is a handbook, so I
Yeah.
think it would be good for the board to approve the handbook.
Can I get a motion?
I make a motion to approve our first mentoring program handbook. Actually, I'll take the first out because
Yeah, 'cause they've had one
I don't know
before.
that we've had one, not had one.
I'll
I make a
second
motion
it.
to approve the mentoring handbook.
All in favor?
I'll second.
Aye.
Oh, did you second?
I did.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sorry.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect.
This schedule looks great, Tom.
Yeah. I
Alright,
like
new
that
staff
too.
orientation schedule.
I just wanted you to see the schedule so you could
Yep.
see all the stuff that they're going to be involved in, and so there's a lot that we're gonna be doing.
August 22nd.
What's so funny?
That's it. It seems so close.
I know, it does seem really
It seems
close.
so close.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Before we know it.
Wow. I'll have to put that in my calendar.
First.
Okay.
So I just gotta
Wow.
approve 3 and we're good on the other.
All right, now that we've gotten that taken care of, thank you, Donna, that's some awesome stuff, so.
Oh.
That was
Thank you.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd like to move on to policies. On policies? Okay, so
Yes.
we have a second reading.
Yep.
Policy GBEA, staff ethics. Can I get a motion on that one?
I'll make a motion to approve policy GBEA, staff ethics.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We have a second reading of policy BEDB, agenda preparation and dissemination.
I make a motion to approve policy DEDB.
I will second that with discussion.
Right.
Okay.
You're probably gonna say the same thing I am, so go for it.
Okay.
So we're on page 105 in the
Yep.
second paragraph up. It says that our agenda and supporting materials will be distributed 7 days prior to the board meeting. But we don't even close our submission of agenda items till noon on Thursday, so
Right.
shouldn't that say,
We need to
I don't know
change
what
the
time
days.
we've been, is it noon on Friday or end of day Friday? I forget how.
It's noon by Friday.
Yeah. I
Noon
think
on
it's
Friday, so like we receive the agenda by 12 noon Friday before.
We're supposed to, we usually get it on Friday, but it's hard to put a date. I don't like at least 7 days prior.
Well, 7 days, we just, it doesn't even agree with our second paragraph.
Right,
Right.
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 So, we
Well,
have
that
to put
says that's
something
getting
in
it to
there.
Donna though by noon on Thursday for it to be in the agenda, and then we get it the agenda on Friday.
Yeah.
Right,
I-
but this here says 7 days, which
Yeah,
would
and
be
it's not.
To get
Right.
the-
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's 4 days.
So,
You get 4
Okay.
days.
4
to read
days.
it.
No, I would just take out at least 7 days.
Well, I feel
Prior
like
to
we
the
have
board
to
meeting.
have some,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to have
we
time
need
By Friday.
some by Friday.
By
By Friday.
Friday,
prior to the
Should say
meeting.
on Friday.
Cause that
Yeah.
has come up before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Fine.
members.
Okay, so that'll just say
by,
on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on Friday, what time?
Do we
No
have to-
later than 4, I would
I'd say no later than,
3 p.m.
Noon would be better, but
Well,
Noon.
we always
would
had
be good.
noon, but
Yep.
just in case.
So you want the agenda to the board by Friday at noon?
yes.
Or can we
Yeah.
just say Friday, because what if there's an emergency?
That's fine. Friday
sure.
by end of day.
On Friday.
Yeah.
That's
End
it.
of day
Done.
makes sense, because that takes care of,
No end,
Yeah.
no end of day.
Okay.
yep.
Just on
Perfect.
And
Friday.
during the summer it is.
It is noon.
Prior to the board. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to work through in my head.
alright.
We have a motion and a second. Can I get with revisions?
Yep, can I add with revisions to my motion?
You don't even have to do that.
I made
I
the
don't.
motion, I think,
Yeah.
didn't I?
You said with revisions.
Oh, yeah, with
Yeah.
second.
You
I
seconded
seconded
with
it
revisions,
with
yeah.
revisions.
Okay.
With
All in favor?
discussion, okay.
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
Okay.
all right.
Next, we have policy GBEBB, employee-student relations, second reading.
I make a motion to approve policy GBEBB, employee student relations.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, no, nothing.
Are you good?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm good.
The next, we have a first reading of policy GBEBA, staff dress code.
Do you want to speak?
You explain
You want me to speak?
about, yes, please.
So the reason why we're bringing this tonight is because there's a discrepancy. When the contract was negotiated, the contract was negotiated that the staff could wear clothing that was not ripped or torn. They were also under the impression that they could wear jeans. And so that was one of the things that they had said, that but in the actual agreement, it doesn't say that they can wear jeans. Our policy says that they can't wear jeans. So I would like to honor what was talked about at the negotiation table.
It was, they can wear
That said
jeans.
that they could, yes, but
Yeah.
it never made it to the CBA. It just says, so it's not in the CBA that they can wear jeans.
The wording's not in the CBA, and I have to go in it, because it was blue, we're not allowed to wear blue jeans, so, but now they can, as long as it's appropriate dress, including blue jeans, that's what the policy will reflect, and it will go in the handbook as well, reference the handbook.
So,
Right.
thank you. Is that so it's not just on the Fridays where they contribute the money, it's just any day that they can wear jeans now?
Yes.
Yes, correct.
As long as they're nice looking jeans.
Right.
Right,
And it
without
does,
the holes and,
yeah, it can't have the holes, and it does say that the superintendent has the right to say you can't wear that, there's certain things.
Yeah,
So we're kind
That's
of making
first
our,
reading.
our policy to go along with the CBA
Absolutely.
agreement, which goes along with the handbook, so.
yep,
That's the
That's it.
first reading anyways.
yep.
The one thing that I don't know how to address it, but I feel like we need to address potential safety with dress code. I know we have teachers that have to run after children in this class, but we also have teachers that show up in heels, which can be an injury waiting to happen, or inappropriate footwear, that sort of thing. I feel like that needs to be addressed in our staff dress code. So I've seen it.
Yeah.
I also feel like that we need to bake in here somewhere that safety clothing is worn when teachers are out dealing with traffic and students and cars. We have a history of teachers going out to the end of the road and they're looking at the crosswalk and they're not in reflective vests. And when you have 10 or 12 or 20 kids and one teacher on a rainy day, you don't know who to pay attention to as a driver. And I don't know how to address that. Is that part of the dress code? But I feel like safety needs to be baked in there somewhere. You know, just for everybody. Mary?
Yeah, I think the footwear was discussed, and I think it's appropriate footwear, you know, safety, because we've had ongoing, you know, and
Stiletto heels.
well, we had to take out the word stiletto. So first we took out stiletto, but it didn't matter because it was still, you know, you'd be surprised though, women can run in heels.
Well, it's regardless, I mean, it's just, we have to do our best to mitigate any potential injury or liability or safety concerns, and that's a safety concern. I mean, I know it's just, this is a physical environment, and I
Right.
understand the jeans, but I also understand that if you don't, you know, are Crocs appropriate?
I'm not
So where
a
do
Croc
we,
person.
so where do we draw the line? I feel like that
completely
we have to have safety being a paramount with the dress code. I
Isn't
personally
there?
feel the safety vest thing is something that has to
I think
be
we
addressed.
discussed that
It's
before.
been
We've been
discussed,
discussed
I
it for
brought it,
2
we
years.
discuss it all the time, and it's something that's never followed by
So
out
I think
there.
that the reflective vest on duty is something that we can just put in, we don't have to put it
Yeah.
in a policy.
And that's
But I
fine.
think that's something that we could say, anybody that's, you know, whether you be here, anybody that has outside duty should
Yeah,
have.
and they
you
don't,
know,
they don't.
So
Yeah.
we'll look
They
into that.
physically don't.
I think it
Sandra?
is in a
Yes.
policy too.
It's in the handbook in 2 sections for where you're supposed to wear your safety vest.
Yep.
We did talk about the high heel thing before, and I thought we asked Primex or somebody about that to see if there was an issue, and basically it's,
If they wear flip-flops and they have an incident, Primex will not cover their workman's comp.
So,
Well, what about
yes, so
So,
that's,
same as heels.
same as heels. So that, I think, needs to be
It's
written
in our
somewhere in the
policy.
handbook.
Yeah.
If you wear flip-flops or heels and
It's in our
violate the
policy.
handbook, you waive your right to,
So you want me to
Sue
put
or
something like that in
something.
the,
Yeah.
I don't know if we wanna waive it, or if they wanna waive it.
no,
I
but just
think we
know
should
that
just
there
take-
will be no,
Well, just take it out that they can't do it.
right.
they just shouldn't do it. We shouldn't even give the option.
Right.
Cause I
Well, that
had
should
somebody
be in the
submit a
handbook.
claim, they did something with their foot, but they were wearing flip-flops. Primex denied it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's in our policy, it's not covered,
Yeah.
so.
So we should just make sure that we're joining those 2 things together, so
Yeah.
everybody's very well aware of the, you know, it shouldn't even come up, because nobody in the building should be wearing flip-flops. I mean,
Well, we should probably put that directly in the handbook.
well,
though.
for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We definitely want them to be comfortable.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, well,
sneakers are comfortable.
We just, every year when we look at the dress code policy, it's always been safety.
Yeah.
Comfortable and safety. You know, you start putting certain words, like a flip-flop, but I think as a flip-flop maybe,
Yeah, this gives you a verbal
you don't
warning
think
at
it's
the
a
end of dress
flip-flop.
code.
You
Not
know,
about
you can
cell
have-
phone usage.
If it
It's-
makes the noise, it's
Open toe-
flip-flop.
open toe.
Open toed's the big thing.
yeah, but
that
then
is-
you
safety
have
vest.
sandals that are really not
Yeah,
cute and
there's so much
everything.
different kinds.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we just have to make sure that
I know, but I don't
safety's-
want to have to
It,
tell
it should be
people they
listed
can't
under dress
wear
code though, about the flip-flops, so if we were told that, you know, we really should list it, that
Yeah.
so maybe you
Primex
can
says
just let me
we're
know what
not allowed
Primex,
to wear
or we can find out
heels
from
and
Primex.
flip-flops.
What the wording is, or what they
Yeah.
would like for wording, and then we just put that in.
Yeah, I thought
But I
we
just,
asked
while
that
we're on the
question,
topic, I
too.
do wanna make sure, and I didn't look at it, that safety vests in the, I bring it up because
Yeah,
there was
they
an
are in
incident, there was a potential incident, last year, where I was pulling out of the road, and there were 20 it was pouring rain, and there was 20 kids crossing the road, and there was a car coming up the street, and the person on duty was doing this, and the driver didn't see what, and you could see that there was nobody really know who to pay attention to, even though this person's taller. We have some middle school kids that are pretty tall, and I said, why isn't they wearing their safety vests? They're out here on the road, like in traffic, like I don't get it. And the police, it was a day where the police crews, so they put the police crews out there. He wasn't out there. We can't always guarantee they're gonna be there.
Right.
So the people that are out dealing with cars and kids need to have their safety vests on.
Didn't someone donate the safety vest?
Yeah, it's
I'll
happened
find
multiple
out.
times.
Yes.
We have
And
multiple
it's a
safety
rule
vests.
that's just
We
not
do?
followed.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
do.
So, anyway, sorry.
No, it's
No,
fine,
that's
because we've been talking, this is something,
Yeah, where's the safety
you know, we're talking
vest
about for
here,
2
St.
years and
Anthony's?
nothing
Nothing gets
you know,
done.
it doesn't change.
So,
Yeah.
to
It's that and
Sandrea's
the-
point,
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is in there, but yeah, I think that under some of these things where it's a habitual thing is like with because they're using their cell phones too at the crosswalk, so they're not paying attention or they were sitting in their car. And again, that was past stuff, and maybe it'll be corrected, but I mean, there should be backup verbiage, I would think, with the handbook
Yeah.
about repeat offenders.
Can I suggest that we bring it back to policy meeting and we can get the Primex information, just to,
It's first reading anyways.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I just
Yeah.
wanna make sure that we look at, make sure we have the correct wording for the
We-
policy.
We asked that question before too to get that.
It doesn't
from
matter.
Primex.
Yeah. Well, it matters now
Doesn't
because
matter.
the person sitting here will make sure that it's done.
Okay, so we'll bring
I
this
have
one back to
faith-
policy.
I have faith that the people sitting here will make sure it's done.
No, I'm,
All right, so can we, is there
okay.
anything else on that one?
Yes.
Or can we- Okay.
No,
The next one is a first reading of policy EHAG, the use of generative artificial intelligence, first reading.
look at it. When we were at the policy meeting, Jeff,
Yeah.
amazing, the information that he gave us and shared with us about AI. It's still kind of new. It's been, you know, they want the staff admin want it to be taught in school as far as, you know, having safety measures put in, because, you know, if kids are gonna use the AI, you know, there's no getting around it. And if they start here at school, there's different programs that you can get. There was a couple. There was
so
Harvard.
he suggested the Harvard sandbox.
No, he wanted Carnegie.
Right, but not yet. They haven't
It's-
developed it far enough.
Right.
So I think he was recommending Harvard
Harvard.
at
Right,
this
yes,
moment because
correct.
there was some privacy,
Data privacy stuff,
Yeah.
data
Sharing.
privacy stuff that Carnegie hasn't gotten to putting in yet, and
Right, those-
Harvard has.
Right. So, but, you know, those are the two programs that he is looking at, and I'm hoping that he'll bring more information about that when the time comes to be able to choose. So it's pretty interesting. It's really informative. Really interesting.
I'm gonna guess that's eventually gonna be wrapped up into technology for the IA.
I'm against it 100%.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one is policy AB, first reading, New Hampshire Parental Bill of Rights.
It's a required policy, so
By law, it's a law.
by law.
Yep.
Do we need to go over that one at all, or do we want to move on?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty self-explanatory.
The last one is policy JICJ, unauthorized communication devices.
Just speaks mostly to the kids too, doesn't it?
Now, I know that there's definitely some movement with the state legislature on cell phone use in schools, and I think Rochester's
It passed.
taken a stand, yeah, it has taken a stance on it too.
It did pass, so,
Okay.
and I think we're gonna have, they're gonna be a block to the personal devices in our school.
So what we're doing is, because one of the things that Jeff has been tasked with doing is making sure that we are not open to any type of spyware or any type of thing that can get into our systems. And so we have so many open ways to get in. So some of the things that we're doing is we're shutting some things down. So the first thing that we did is we actually have open Wi-Fi that anybody can join. And so we're shutting that down. So there's no longer Wi-Fi that people can join. We'll have a guest Wi-Fi, but that will be a password that will be changed. That'll change every day. So in order for somebody, if we have somebody come out and they want to use it, we'll get the password from Jeff. That person will be able to log on, do their presentation. Staff will no longer be able to log in, they go into school and log on to the school Wi-Fi any longer. We don't have it. Admin, we do have that access because a lot of us use our personal devices to contact each other, right? We have a full understanding of the right to know law. We also put in place that no staff members are to use their phones any longer. And so we will make sure that there are walkies available to the right people that need them, so that way if a call needs to be made, that a call is made. Which also brought us to Class Dojo. So Class Dojo is a program that the younger grades have been using for very many years. And what they do is, it's a way to communicate with parents. So you take pictures of kids on your personal phone throughout the day, and you send that directly to parents. We did a little bit of digging into it because I wanted to know more about this, because we're saying no cell phones. So one of the things that we find is now we have personal pictures of kids on personal cell phones, and a couple of the staff that I spoke to about it, they said, but we delete them. And I said, okay, do you delete them from your cloud? And their response is, well, what is that? So then I say, well, from the last few years, the pictures that you have been taking of children in this district are now on your cloud. So if your phone gets summoned with the right to know law, or we get a subpoena, then now they're looking at your phone because you're now communicating with parents, because that becomes now a record, a permanent record for the student, and your phone gets now confiscated and they go through it, and now you have pictures of kids on your phone that you shouldn't have. Right? So that was one thing. The second piece that we looked at is those are not, the Class Dojo is not something that administration has any access to. So conversations are taking place all day long from cell phone to cell phone without any knowledge of any of it taking place, nor can we shut it off. So if we have a disgruntled employee that we terminate that uses Class Dojo, so if I have a disgruntled employee, they come down and they meet, by the time they sit in the seat, Jeff has already been notified to shut them down. Now they have no access to anything, any communication through the school. Class Dojo, I cannot shut down because it is on their personal device. So they can now go out to the parking lot and have conversations with every single parent in their classroom for as long as they want, because it could take up to a month for us to get them to shut it down. That was one piece. The second piece is we have this wonderful SIS system called ALMA, and that is where our information should be going. An example would be if I am sitting in the office here and I have a parent that calls because they've had an issue and they've spoken to the classroom teacher and she's not communicating and she's not doing any of this, and it goes to administration and nothing, and now it comes to me. I can pop into ALMA, I can pop up their child's name, and under communication, I can see all the communication that staff member has had with the parents or guardians, or anything, any issues that the child has had. So I can have a meaningful conversation. Whereas on Class Dojo, I have no idea of any conversations that are taking place. The second piece is if we have a report of child abuse and neglect, and Carol is sitting in court, or if I have to go to court, I hope I never do, but Carol, you do. Right, but we're sitting in court and the judge says, okay, I would like to see the proof of this stuff. We don't have it. I don't have the proof. And then now this child gets sent home to an abusive family because I didn't have the proof. Whereas if it was put in ALMA instead of Class Dojo, I now have the proof and I can get that information to the court system. The other piece, we have an incident currently that we're undergoing, which, I mean, they always say things happen at a perfect time, right? So now I'm investigating Class Dojo, and then we get somebody saying, I would like to have all my child's records of Class Dojo, the conversation that they had with the teacher. So we say, well, sorry, that teacher's now gone. We don't have that information to give the parent, right? That's part of their record. Legally, we're responsible, and we have to give that to them. So now we're in violation of their law, of their rights, right? So we're moving away from that. And so I think that's one of the things that the staff are like, oh, you're taking these programs away. But again, it's another way for us to protect our students, protect our staff, protect our district, right? So we're doing a lot of that. We're looking at our current software programs, and we're noticing why do we have this program and this program, and they do the same thing, right? When COVID hit, everybody got all these free, software downloads, and some people just didn't get rid of them. Now we're vetting everything and saying, this is not an approved program. You cannot be using these programs.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And so we're looking at every single program, making sure that if this teacher is in 3rd grade and she's using it, it's a program that's vetted, and this teacher in 3rd grade has access to that same program. So our kids are getting the same materials in every grade. So we've been spending a lot of time this summer doing that, looking through a lot of that stuff to make sure. We've been looking at our website and noticing that it's not very user friendly, and it doesn't give us the ability to push out a lot of information to families. And so with a lot of the cost savings that we're having, we're able to actually purchase a new website, and I'll bring that to the board the next time. But the website is it pushes out. I could go on there in an emergency situation, and I can do a voicemail, a text message, and an email at the same time. So everybody gets all these notices right at one time. We can have a Facebook page, and I can do a voicemail, Facebook, all of them, and it all gets pushed out at the same time. So it allows a lot more. It's going to allow for us to be able to go in and have student services will have their own web page. We'll have a curriculum page that will have a lot of our programs and things that we're doing in our classrooms on there. You'll be able to, the school board will have their own page, and it'll be a lot user friendly for our families to be able to access.
That's great.
So there's a lot that we're doing technology wise. So it's been very busy, very, very busy summer.
So
there's stuff.
The one thing I just wanted to ask about real quick is, so staff will no longer have Wi-Fi access on their personal phones in the building?
Correct.
Okay. Are you prepared for staff to not have any cell phone service at all in the building? Because that's what happens. And my concern, I agree with you. I don't want any student information on anybody's personal devices at all, ever. I know that could cause a problem because teachers or parents, spouses, so on and so forth, if they can't reach, are we prepared for the calls coming in the front office?
Yes.
Are we going to be able
and I
to
think
still
it's like,
reach out?
just like back in the day,
Yeah.
right? You
'Cause
call
there's-
the front office, and that's where the information.
Because the issue we have here that's different than many other school buildings is that the cell service in this immediate area around the school is spotty and goes to 0 when you're in the building.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know. I haven't had any issues
Okay, good.
and I don't connect to any Wi-Fi or anything.
Okay.
But they have their phones in their rooms.
Yeah.
The people that are on call for behaviors will have walkie-talkies.
Okay.
Our administration is going to be walking around the building. They've been talking about not being in the office.
Yeah.
We've also, another piece that we've done is we've said no more personal devices. So every teacher now has a school-issued device that is a MacBook that is in their room. And the reason why we do that is because if we want to get information from a laptop that is ours, we can,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
great.
someone doesn't take it home and say, I don't have to give this to you, it's mine.
Yeah.
Right? And so this way it's protection for us, it's protection for the staff, and everybody's device is the same.
Protects the student.
Yeah.
Protects
Yeah.
the student.
I think it's
Right.
fantastic.
And so there's a lot of things. So there's a lot of adjustments, and I think it's going to be good. Jeff, I feel about Jeff on one of our opening days. We broke into workshops, and Jeff is doing one of the workshops, and I think that he's going to be talking about a lot of this stuff to staff. And I've been sending stuff out, right? So I'm already getting, well, why are we going away with Class Dojo? I'm finding this and this. But I think that once we talk to the staff and we kind of lay that out, they're like, oh, I never even thought about that. So I think they're really starting to understand it, right? That we know that they don't mean any ill will. But there's that one thing, something happened. If a parent accuses you of doing something and your phone gets confiscated and now you've got kids' pictures on your phone, it's gonna be on the front page of the paper, and guess what? If you're found innocent, guess where that's gonna be? A little line on the back page. Right? Nobody's gonna, you know,
Yeah.
and that's what happens, right? So we're just trying to protect everybody.
Yeah,
And,
no, that's fantastic.
and so there's just, so we've been really working hard to make sure we don't have anything, and, you know, and we're connecting Jeff with, getting into some groups now with other techs. And so we'll be running, spam things through our systems. They're gonna try to breach us to see what they can get through. We'll send things out to staff to see if they open
The
them.
emails?
Yes,
Send out the
so,
emails?
yes, so we're really going to try to,
Some of them get really tricky.
yes, so we're really looking at, you know, making sure that we're locked
That's
down and
great.
we're safe. So there's a lot going on this summer, so
That's
we've been busy.
amazing. I'm excited. Thanks for that insight. That's fantastic. All right, so that takes care of policies. Next, let's get into nominations, hires, and resignations. First, we have Carrie Kavini for the behavior interventionist position.
Are these all FYI?
Yes, so the first one's an FYI, the second one resigned, but,
Never got hired.
well, I should say, yeah, he didn't resign. He got hired, but then never took the phone call, so.
Okay.
So his name would come off, Carlton. But I just was brought another one, and I think, did you make me enough?
Yeah, we got it.
Yep.
Well, no, there's another one too.
That's the new decision.
So right here, she just brought this one to me. This is a new custodian. So the one that didn't take the position, Brad had already had somebody else in queue. That,
Did you get one?
Thank you.
yeah,
Okay,
that's a new. So Brad had already had a second person in queue, so this would be the second person. So
Okay.
taking the place of
Yeah.
Carlton would be Jamie Scott.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Cindra?
Yes, thank you. I'm glad for the union box. I was just wondering, it doesn't say whether she's certified or not certified, or for the behavioral interventionist. It just doesn't say anything about her,
Sorry.
where she was at, or what her certifications are to be on.
Remember what? Did you have your interview?
It's on my desk. It's on my desk. Not the best.
I also gave you a new nomination too for that, the Carrie, the special ed teacher. I gave you that in the very beginning
Yep.
that we are adding, so that would be the top one. That would be one that would be a certified nomination.
No.
Wait a minute, I have some Carrie, what was her name?
Melissa.
Melissa, yeah.
There's that. This is.
So she transferred to the university completely. So she has her bachelor's in psychology. No, she's. Okay. So she has her RBT. She completed 40 hours of RBT training. She was certified in April of 2024. She also is working towards her bachelor's degree in psychology with a minor in child development. She has 159 credits out of 180, so she will have her BA. She has worked as a behavior specialist, ABA therapist, an autism professional, and an autism tutor, so she has a lot of experience working with this.
And was that the para two certification? Is that what that was? That was 2024, or was that a different certification?
It's higher than
It's just-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they hired her,
para two
they
is
had her come in at higher
Yeah.
than para two. It was,
RBG's.
Oh, those are one and the same, the RBT and the
Yeah,
certification is
yeah.
one and the same?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's the
Sorry,
highest.
did you hear that? I'm sorry. I apologize.
yeah.
No, I was,
Okay. So anyway,
I was.
any other questions? Right, so we do need to get a motion for,
Melissa?
yeah. So Melissa
Kataro.
Taro,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion to approve Melissa Cataro for case manager.
I will second it.
I just have one question. We have a salary amount that was crossed out and then a new salary amount. What was,
So she had her bachelor's,
oh, okay.
and then we saw that it was a bachelor's plus 15.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
so that's what that was.
Yep, perfect.
That one doesn't need to go to the teachers, right, because it's a case manager position, right?
It does.
Oh, it does,
Yep.
okay.
And Laura signed off on it down the bottom.
Your case
Oh,
managers are special education teachers in the union.
Yeah, just,
And Michelle had signed off on that other one too.
Okay.
See how tiny
Can I
the
get a second?
signatures are?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't.
To have a
notice.
second.
I think I
You
seconded
Okay.
it.
All in favor? Aye?
I,
Aye.
Okay, opposed?
I oppose.
Okay, so then we have resignations. We have Brandon Balter as the PE teacher. Can I get a motion to accept his resignation, please?
I don't
I
think
believe we
did
did
that.
that
We already
last
did?
meeting.
Oh, the last
Yeah.
meeting,
Well,
okay.
yeah, I don't think, yeah, that's,
Oh.
that's,
Do we do
Did I
Ella
not put
Foster
them in the
too?
minutes?
You put it in the
well,
minutes.
she's a
Okay.
para, I think they're
Oh,
paras.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's, okay, good, we're all set then.
Ellen and Dave are parents.
We have nothing under follow-up. Second public comment.
I would like to just do something, a kind of follow-up, but not really, I guess.
Sure.
I just wanted to let you know of a couple of things, that I think is, like I said, we've been doing a lot of work this summer. And I'm really happy about two things. Well, I'm happy about a lot of things, but there's a couple things that I just wanted to bring to you tonight. The first thing is we are going to be working our, hides off, because we are going to be bringing back the Washington trip this upcoming school year, and we will be bringing to the board a presentation to talk about, once we get all the money, for our current 8th graders to be able to go to Washington this upcoming school year, instead of going to Boston. So we're working really hard to see how we can do this, how we can make it work. And it's gonna be a lot more work this year than it will be next year, because one of the things we're looking at is allowing our 7th graders to start fundraising in 7th grade, so that way it's not as much in 8th grade. But now we have 8th graders that have done no fundraising for this, so how can we make it work? So we're really working hard on getting that done. So fingers crossed, we're gonna have our 8th graders going to Washington this year. The second thing that that I'm really excited about is, on the 27th, 28th. Well, I'll let you know exactly. It's either 27th, the 27th. We are having a, school-wide parent barbecue, where we are inviting all of our families to come to our school for a barbecue, a meet and greet. We are going to have, people here to help with.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
What was the date again?
The 27th, August 27th.
I'm sorry, thank
Or the
you.
28th.
I think it's the
What
first
day- what
day
day?
back.
We'll
It
say
was
that
on the
applies.
list.
It's on a Thursday.
It's on a Thursday, so
It wouldn't be
it's
the
the
la-
28th.
The 28th.
It's the 28th.
So when's the
It's
first
the
day the teachers
28th?
come back?
25th.
Oh my goodness.
Let
Okay,
me, let me
well,
look, I have the flyer
I
on
thought
my
I heard you guys say the 28th. I was eavesdropping. No,
Hold
you
on.
guys were talking right next to my office. It was the 28th.
Was it the 28th?
28th is a Thursday.
Yeah.
And so the because the teachers, do the
They have
teachers
the
have
29th
fire?
off,
So
yes.
so that when it be then it would be the 27th.
Okay.
Because I said that none of them will want to stay if they're
If
getting
they have the
to
next
go.
day
So,
off, so.
Yeah.
So we're having it on Wednesday, the 27th
Yeah, let me just pull. this
And
up.
what time? Is it a
Five.
lunch thing or a dinner
No,
thing?
it's dinner, because we want to make sure that all of our parents can go to this thing. And
Is
so
staff
it-
staying for this, or are they?
That will be the goal, that's one of the things that it's Wednesday, August 27th at 5 o'clock. So it'll be 5 to 7, and it'll be the barbecue, we'll have discussions about Alma, because we are also looking, right now, we're trying to put all of our registration onto Alma, so on the first day of school, parents are not bringing home all these packets, and we're not having to print all these packets, so now parents can do it right online, so we'll be, have the availability and discussion on how to do that. We'll have free and reduced lunch stuff there. We have, the PTA said that they would like to go, we're looking at having transportation come. And one of the other great things is I reached out to Dino and I said, I would really like for this to be a town and school event, and he said, absolutely, count us in. So we will have, so it looks like people maybe from the fire department and the police department will also be coming to help. Dino and I will be cooking and working with parents and talking with parents, and we'll have a few vehicles out here for the kids, as well as I'm getting backpacks donated to me, and we will be giving those brand new backpacks, and we'll be giving those out to kids that night as well. And we're going to have a little blurb on the end that if there's anyone that has a specific thing that they can offer, like like maybe a thrift store or something like that, and they want to bring clothes to donate to kids, we will set up an area for them to be able to do that, so parents can come in and do some shopping or whatever they need to do, and it's no charge. So I told, when I was talking with Aaron and Melissa, and we were bringing about this, I said, one thing you guys are gonna find out about me is go big or go home. So this is a big, huge event that is gonna be taking place the end of this month, and we're really
Rain
excited
date?
about it. We're not gonna do rain day, it's gonna be, if we have to move it inside, we'll move it inside.
Very good.
So what are you gonna be cooking on?
Well, the hope is that the fire department will donate their big grill to us to use. So, but yes.
We also have
so-
a new one here too.
No, we don't. It's
There
not.
you go.
Someone plowed it over.
What?
Yes, but we'll
Okay.
get that, you know, and if I can't get, if our fire
why I
department,
asked.
because I've noticed on my way into work, I pass probably about 4 fire departments, and they all have this big barbecue, and I'm like, well, if I can't get a grill from them, then I can stop here and say, can we borrow your grill? I can borrow your grill, but they usually have the really big grill, so I'll talk to Dino to say, do you guys have one of these big grills?
Parks and
or-
Rec has one.
Okay, then Parks
Who
and Rec.
has one?
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
So maybe you'll reach out to
The
them.
Lions, Friends of the Lion, at the Lions that, would always love to help out too.
Absolutely, we have, Aaron's reaching out to the Lions
Yep.
to help, to support with
Yeah.
that as well, so yeah.
And
May need
someone
them
has
for parking too.
he's got a big grill too.
May need the Lions to help parking too.
So we're actually pretty excited about that, so
Double
we have
that.
2 big events that are gonna be happening, and
Will
then,
you
and we'll
best?
probably have like a little
Will you
jar out there
best?
that'll say donation for Washington Strip. So don't be surprised if you see a little thing that says, please donate to Washington, so parents will not be required to pay anything, this is gonna be something that we're gonna be doing.
Can I ask when the kids ever went to Washington? They haven't since '96, they've gone to New York.
They went before the year before I started. They were gonna go in 2020, but they canceled it because of COVID.
To Washington?
Yep.
And when did you start?
I started in September of 2020, so it would have been
19?
21,
21, okay.
and
Right.
it got canceled.
'Cause of
Oh,
COVID.
that-
They got
okay.
them, they were able to, anything that they raised for it, the kids were able to withdraw the
So
money
they didn't
that they
actually go.
raised they didn't go. They
Okay.
got to use it for
Yeah.
driver's ed or
Yeah.
something like that.
They've gone to New York twice, because I went with them, but I don't think they've ever gone to Washington.
I think Mia went
That
to
was-
Washington.
Who?
I think Mia did.
Yeah, I know that
Maybe
there
I
was
should-
there was somebody else that said two of their children went to Washington and one didn't. And one was very upset
Wow.
that they didn't get to go, but her other
Okay.
two
Bus
went,
there.
so.
Yeah,
something.
they haven't
Yeah.
gone since I've been here.
Gavin went to Quebec, he went to Quebec.
And we're gonna
That's
be,
not-
we're,
that was
we're gonna be
With the French club.
doing a bus.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be flying.
No, that's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
They did for years,
They also
years
went to
too.
Montreal,
That was
but
like
that wasn't the French club.
Sure.
Do we-
7 years ago that they did that. Mia went, yeah.
Do we have anything for non-public? Second one? Are we good?
Oh, we're good?
I think so.
Are we now?
What's that?
Are we? He has to adjourn the meeting.
One more public comment, so.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's right, we didn't get there. So public comment, we'll open a public comment. Anything from anybody? Okay. We don't have a second non-public, so could
I'll
I
make
get
a motion to
adjourn?
adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Now you're good.